Want to welcome everybody to our practice on acceptance. It's in our series of foundations. It was interesting. I was thinking recently, last night we had a breath workshop on equanimity, using our breath in that manner, and trying to distinguish sometimes between the words acceptance and equanimity, and how to define it. But I think what I'd like to do tonight is just see if we can be with it, because that really might be the way to define acceptance, to be with it, to be in the present. Or I think equanimity, if I had to maybe make a distinction, might be to focus on how we react, or watch how we react to something. Or overreacting too strong, or is it not enough? Where acceptance, of course, may be more about not denying something, to just being with the present moment, and perhaps even embracing it. When we think about some of these words that we talk about in meditation, in our practices, the idea of impermanence, that things are always changing. We have no control over that. We talk about sitting with non-judgment, equanimity, compassion. These are all core components of our meditation practice. And I think for me, acceptance is really, I think all those words or these elements of our practice, they're kind of rooted in this idea of acceptance in one way or another. So perhaps just sit with that tonight. As we begin the practice, I invite you, if it's comfortable, to settle into your space. And maybe before you close your eyes or settle down, just recognize the room that you're in. Feel what it's like to accept the space. Nothing dangerous, I hope. Just something that we do naturally, like we accept our breath without thinking about it. Just learning to accept what we have. And as you settle into your seat, perhaps you can close your eyes if they're not already closed. Perhaps accepting that you feel the weight of your own body, the pull, the gravity, something that we don't tend to fight. Just take a moment to notice what we accept freely. You accept the breath into your body, allowing it to perhaps lift up your shoulders on the inhale, and as you exhale, to accept the relaxation that it brings to your body. Perhaps just sitting with the idea that we tend not to fight the things that are comfortable. We accept them freely. It's things that perhaps are more challenging for us, that we don't like the outcome, that perhaps we want to change that outcome. So I invite you tonight to sit with the idea that even in order to change anything, we must first accept it. Just notice the breath as it comes into your body through your nostrils. Being comfortable with how, whatever you're feeling as the breath moves through your body, whether it's tight or ease. This is how your breath is. Just create the space this evening to just be with what is. Just noticing any parts of your body that perhaps feels like it needs some attention. Maybe it's an itch on the skin or pain in the foot. Just maybe scanning your own body from the head to your face and shoulders. Just noticing, not trying to change anything. Perhaps noticing the sensation on your hands. Maybe what's pleasurable and what's difficult, but to be okay with what they present. So we create this space for accepting our own body, the presence of our body. To perhaps accept what's uncomfortable as the same time we accept what's comfortable. You may notice your mind wanders from time to time, and I invite you to be kind to yourself. To understand that that's what our mind does, and to acknowledge that and return to your breath, our anchor. Just continuing to scan your body for anything that is arising, noticing those slight twinges of discomfort and just allowing them to be, not trying to change anything, just being patient. Perhaps if it's a scratch or an itch that you need to scratch or position you want to change, perhaps just sit with that. Accept what's happening and see what that feels like. Noticing what you notice. Bringing your attention to your heart center. Just notice what's there as we sit with this idea of accepting whatever comes our way. Allowing your compassionate heart to embrace, support, and be with this ease in the body. Perhaps if there's a moment of self-doubt or this doesn't feel right or uncomfortable, to allow yourself to be with the idea of non judging yourself. Turn to your breath and just allowing yourself to be. Breathing in and out through your heart, spreading compassion throughout your body. I invite you to think of a situation in your life, something that perhaps is difficult to accept, whatever that may be, and you can go wherever you want. It doesn't have to be the most difficult thing. Perhaps it's relating to a blood sugar high or low from today, or maybe a much more significant event in our life. And just bringing that front and center, being present with that, and noticing any changes in your body, in the space that we created, and acceptance. Perhaps noticing where you may feel that in your body, if it's a tightening in any part, as you really call to mind and visualize and experience this difficulty. At the same time, can you allow yourself the grace to be with that difficulty? Perhaps even using the softness that we created in the body this evening, accepting what's there, being present to envelop, to surround, to support this difficulty. And whatever you're feeling, don't try to fight it. It's exactly how it should be. Continuing to breathe in and out with the heart. Recognizing that this very moment, this present moment, is acceptance. Returning to your challenge, what was giving you angst or something very difficult to accept, just to sense where they may be right now. In order to change what's in our life, we first have to accept with an open heart the reality of the present moment. As we begin to wind down our practice, to perhaps to give yourself some space to allow whatever comes your way in life, whatever your life brings to you, whatever the moment presents itself with. Ancient Chinese philosopher Lao Tzu said, "Life is a series of natural and spontaneous changes. Don't resist them. That only creates sorrow. Let reality be reality. Let things flow naturally forward in whatever way they like." I invite you to spend these last few moments to consider anything you wish to accept for yourself. Also accept in others. Perhaps think these words to yourself. May I be happy. May I be safe. May I be healthy. May I live my life with peace and ease and acceptance. invite you to bring any small movements back to your body. Feeling the warmth of your hands, perhaps. Just as you re-engage, to gently reconsider the space that you're in. And recognize any shifts in your own body, your own being for this practice this evening. And when it feels comfortable, to open your eyes and rejoin this beautiful community this evening.